This is a gorgeous 964 turbo 3.6 X88 pack, but to most of you, it's the car from Bad Boys. You know what, I was never a 964 guy. I was a 993 guy, a 997 guy, but the 964 didn't do it for me. But latterly, that has completely changed. I now think it's possibly the definitive modern 911 shape, and none better than the turbo version. Started out 3.3 litres, ended up with this, the 3.6 turbo. This car is very, very special. It's one of 13 right-hand drive 964 turbos fitted with the X88 power kit. Power goes up from 360 to 385 horsepower. That was a lot back then. Two-wheel drive, traction control, your Achilles tendon. This was the last of the old school Porsches. I'm sitting offset to the left because that wheel arch to the front is pushing the floor hinge pedals into the centre of the car. The steering wheel's a bit over there as well. But I love it. It's old school Porsche. Everything's haphazard, but it feels like it's built to last. And the spec of this car, well, look at that colour, horizon blue. I think it's the only one with this pack fitted on it. And it's got that wonderful tag. It's X Sultan of Brunei. How cool is that? We all want one of those cars, don't we? And I suspect that when the Sultan spec'd these vehicles back in the day, he wasn't too worried about list price. So this wasn't a cheap motor car. And if this car was first specified by royalty, its current owner is racing royalty, Jenson Button. Makes me think, if Jenson was a Sultan, what would he be the Sultan of? He's a Somerset boy like me, so he'd be Sultan of Yeovil, Sultan of Frome, Glastonbury, Sultan of Crewkerne, Sultan of Shepton Mallet. I'm so glad I've had the chance to drive this thing. Engine really, really strong, gearbox lovely and crisp as well, and it really goes. It's got loads of turbo lag as well. And I'll tell you what, there's been this massive drive to make turbocharged cars feel like they're normally aspirated, to eradicate lag. But this reminds you that lag is fun. That whole idea of wait, whoosh, go, that's exciting. And as someone who has always maintained I could never buy a car based on its looks alone, this is one of those rare exceptions. I don't know of many better looking 911s than this. Maybe 993 GT2. I'm not sure. There's something about that combination of those polished speed lines, those wide rear arches, and that 964 front. This is 911 perfection for looks. It really is. It's a beautiful interior too. Very dark blue. It's got the comfort seats, fully electric seats as well. Big hi-fi. Boy, did they build them well. It's a simple interior, but it's just no squeaks and rattles. It's just solid. It's only done 19,500 miles, so it's very, very fresh. Yeah. If you've got the collection, you might need this one. These older 911 turbos do remind you that modern cars have become too loud. There's too much exhaust noise, they've become too shouty. This car is much, much more muted. When you start it up, it's got that lovely, distinctive 964 bassy burble that they got so right with that car. It was never quite repeated on any other 911. Once you get going, there is some exhaust noise from that X88 pack exhaust with the four little tailpipes. So cool, that's what denotes X88. But actually, it's not shouty at all. It's a quiet, very, very fast sporting GT car. Spot on. Modern cars, just too shouty. Steering's good. The ride, like everything from this period, wasn't too stiff. I know it's got massive rears on it, but it doesn't tramline too badly. You do fear this would end up in a collection not being used because it is so special, but really, this should be heading onto the Eurotunnel and then pinning its ears back all the way down to Nice at great speed. That's what it was designed to do. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. This was the last truly quirky Porsche, I think. It was unlike anything else you could buy, and mostly for the better.